Okay, guys, welcome back to the podcast It's Not Just You. Today I'm joined by an 11-year-old boy, Noah, who is going to help us understand ADHD through his own experiences. We will be talking about everything from school and friendships to the unique strengths that come with thinking differently. So thank you so much for being here. Hi, Noah.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you like to do for fun?
So, as you probably know, my name's Noah. For fun, I like really anything, but I'm not really sure. I'm really fun with anything.
Like video games?
Yeah, I like video games. I also like reading.
Oh, really? What kind of books do you like reading?
I like maybe a good mystery book, or maybe a graphic novel about like science or something.
Very cool. And what are some of your favorite video games?
My favorite video games? I don't really have any. I'm really fine with just playing anything.
Yeah. Very cool. Are you excited to go to middle school?
Yes.
Very exciting. Okay. So Noah, you have ADHD, right?
Yes.
So how would you explain ADHD to another kid your age who maybe doesn't really understand what it is?
So think of it this way. A normal person's brain, they can adjust how much they focus on some things. And with ADHD, it's really just like you either like focus with like all of your focus on one thing, or you just don't focus with it at all. So it's really just makes it sometimes harder for you to focus on certain things.
Do you ever feel that sometimes your focus, like you said, it's like sometimes like it's not there entirely, but for some people it's like always there. Do you ever think that sometimes you have like mid-focus, like sometimes like you're like in and out of it?
No, not really. It's either just like
one or the other?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is like one of your favorite thing about how your brain works?
Probably being able to focus on like things that you really like, because when you like hyper focus, it basically like blocks out basically everything else and lets you focus entirely just on one thing. Like for me with reading, it kind of like blocks out any noises. For some random reason, it kind of just ignores them and focuses more on the book.
Oh, that's really cool, yeah. Sometimes when I'm reading a book, like in like a public space, and I'll get like overstimulated because I like hear like there's a coffee machine running, there's people talking, and then I can't really focus on my book and I go on my phone. So that's really cool. I'd love to have like that ability to do that. Do you think that also is like similar in like your school, like when you're doing your homework? Do you think that you can just be focused on like the math problem and then do you get distracted?
Well, I think math's personally fun. So I kind of hyper focus on that.
Maybe for any other subject that you don't think is as fun, do you think you like?
No.
No?
No. I don't think I can focus that well.
Really? Okay, so since you like reading, you like math, you can focus on that better?
Yeah.
What are some subjects or things that maybe you like can't really focus on because you don't enjoy?
More writing and spelling.
Yeah, writing. Definitely. And what is something that can be challenging because of your ADHD?
Maybe focusing on like the lesson. Because sometimes like you can like hear so many background noises and it's kind of distracting.
Yeah, in school?
Yeah.
Do you have an example of like?
So like you might notice like your teacher's like teaching like I don't know like a math lesson, but you might notice that there's like a squirrel on top of the rooftop of the next building. I know that sounds completely random, but that actually happened to me once.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. And now that we're talking about school, maybe you can like take me through how like a regular typical school day looks like for you?
A typical school day is just for me is basically just like the average school day, except with like many like short periods, maybe like 1 to 2 minutes of like just getting distracted or like zoning out.
So 1 to 2 minutes like in each class?
Yeah.
Yeah, even like do you feel like, because I know
math
you were saying
and reading not that much, not as much as the others, but sometimes when it's like something that I already know and it's like, oh, I just know this, and it's and I sometimes get distracted.
Yeah, that's frustrating. That's fine. And I know in elementary school your like classes are shorter, like the amount of time that you spend on each subject. And in middle school, it's actually going to increase. It's going to be like an hour and a half, maybe classes.
Yeah, and then they change schedules each day.
Yeah. So how do you think? Like, are you a little scared to handle that? How do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think a planner is gonna help me because a planner helped me in elementary school. So I think a planner is really gonna help me.
That's cool. Do you use your planner like every day? Like, are you very good about that?
Yeah, I try.
That's good. That's a good skill. I also keep like a Google Calendar where I have to keep track of all my stuff. I think it really helps you stay organized.
Yeah.
Is there anything other than the planner that helps you like stay focused or stay organized?
Folders definitely help because they didn't have like bins, and they didn't really have like any organizational tools in second grade apart from a planner, which I literally forgot, and my desk was kind of really messy. It was really messy.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to find stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look at my mess. I really cleaned it up for this, but it's still very messy. I have lots of papers everywhere. But, like, with the planner, like, sometimes people use, like, I know you probably don't do this much in elementary school, but I'm not sure. People use, like, methods of studying. So, like, something called, like, chunking. So, you'll just,
do a little bit, then, like, take a break. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And you take, like, medication for your ADHD, right?
Yes.
So, what has that experience been like for you?
It definitely helps me focus more. It won't, you won't always be like hyper focused, but you'll always be kind of focused. It doesn't like completely work. You're not gonna be focused like all the time on what you want to. You still might get distracted, but that's totally normal for you to get distracted.
Yeah. And do you take medication every day?
Yeah. Usually not on the weekends though.
Okay, so only when you go to school?
Yeah.
And do you notice like a really big difference, like when you do take it and when you don't in the weekend?
No, not really. I don't notice a difference. It might be different, but I feel like after I come off, I feel like I'm a little more like tired.
Tired when you like come off the medication?
Yeah.
Really? Interesting. And has like it could be a teacher, it could be a friend, it could be like your mom and dad or any other family member who has like helped you a lot and made a really big difference with whatever that you've been dealing with your ADHD?
No, not really. All you need to really know about ADHD is just try to focus on the pros instead of the cons.
What do you think some pros and some cons are?
So a pro is you can focus. If you can control when you can hyper focus, that would be really useful. You're also really creative with ADHD.
Ooh, very cool.
And then a con is, well, you get distracted very easily. That's really the only like bad thing. And most people mistake it for a mental condition. I guess that's a con, but it isn't really. It's more like a mental superpower when you think about it, because the pros outweigh the cons.
I really like it. I like that you described it as a superpower. And you mentioned being like very creative, right? Like ADHD helps you be creative. Do you have any like projects that you think that your creative side has shown?
Most projects in elementary school are just like do this. Like it's very like structured, and I sometimes find it hard to be a little creative. But
do you think that having like that structured like pattern and instructions helps you stay focused more than just being creative?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but you're like kind of in between, like, oh, like I can't be as creative if I have these instructions, but if I have like that creative freedom, then I don't know what I would do if it gets distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like what are some other ways you can like express your creativity? Like do you like do like a lot of Legos or like art?
Yeah.
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 What is like some recent thing that you made with Legos?
With Legos, well, sometimes I just like take a few handfuls of like random pieces from my bin, and I just try to make something from it.
Yeah, like cars and stuff like that, and wheels. Very cool. Yeah, when I was little, I used to be like really into art, and like if you look here, like I have like a bunch of art supplies inside of this like cabinet. It's like great. I love it. And this is like a last question.
Go.
So, what advice would you give another kid who has ADHD?
I really just say just focus on the pros instead of the cons.
Yeah. Actually, I do have another question. Because you keep saying the pros and the cons, do you think that, like, when people, like, know you have ADHD, do you think, because I know, like you said, it's, like, some people think it's, like, a mental condition, but you think it's a mental superpower?
Yeah.
Do you think that people's, like, perceptions or, like, the way people think of ADHD has, like, affected you in any way?
No, not really. Just try to block out any negative voices.
That's good. That's a really good thing to do. So thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. I hope today's conversation gave you a new perspective on what ADHD can look like through the eyes of someone actually living with it. One of my favorite parts of this episode was hearing not just about the challenges, but also some of the strengths like creativity and energy and curiosity, and finding strategies that make everyday life a little easier. Every person's experience with ADHD is different, and that's exactly the point. There's no one right way for a brain to work. So the more we listen to real stories like this one, the easier it becomes to replace assumptions with understanding. So thank you so much to our amazing guest for being so open, honest, and willing to share his experiences. It takes a lot of courage to talk about something so personal, and I'm so glad that he joined us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to follow It's Just Not You on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss future conversations about neurodiversity, mental health, and the many different ways our brains work. And if you know someone, like a parent or a teacher, friend, or even a classmate who could benefit from hearing this conversation, please share it with them. So thank you so much for listening, and remember, it's not just you. See you next time.